Thank you for tuning into my YouTube channel, Stampersdelight.com. So today what I'm going to be showing is the My Paper Pumpkin for February, Grown with Kindness. Now these are the cards, instructions that you get. And I always like to do some alternatives. So in the card kits, the My Paper Pumpkin, you get enough to do 9 cards. Okay, you get 9 bases, envelopes, you get a stamp set, you get your die cuts, labels, you get, of course you see mine's used, and this is what's left that I still can make more cards with. White and black baker's twine, fresh fig ink spot, and you get some of these little enamel dots. So let's take a look at what I did with this kit and then my alternatives. Okay, and again, here's the stamp set. You'll see that 2 of them are missing, 3 of them are missing because I'm going to be doing a quick, simple card for you today. And then I'm going to show you lots of samples. Okay, so let me move this out of the way. So in the card kit, or the My Paper Pumpkin kit, you'll see that these are the cards. Now, I always like to do at least one of the featured cards just to see them. And again, I'll have still shots of these on my blog tomorrow. So that's the one card. This is the other one. And then we have this one. I love the succulent plants on here. Absolutely gorgeous. Okay, so then what I like to do is do a few alternatives, and I'm going to show you what I came up with. Now, let's just show you this one, because this alternative right here is basically the same card that I did from the, without the dots on there. I just changed the sentiment. You make me smile, I put on there. You make me smile. And the nice thing about that was this, you make me smile, goes with the well said stamp set from the Occasions catalog. Look at all those great sayings. And they fit very nicely on the die cuts there. So you can use any of those. Now this one, what I did was I cut the succulent sheet in half so that I could get 2 cards out of it. And let me just bring in the other one so I can show you what I mean. It's right here. So I went ahead and I cut this piece in half, and then I used that piece and this piece to make 2 other cards. Okay, I have the other piece to this one, and I put those together and made another card. But I just wanted to show you first because I don't want to give anything away. Okay, so here we have the happy birthday. I changed it up a little bit. Here I used the new story label that will be available on Friday. On this, I used one of our textured embossing folders from the annual catalog to give it a little 3-dimension there. And again, these are the embellishments in the annual catalog, the Blackberry Bliss. So you see I have a couple of alternatives. Now remember, this was one piece of designer series paper or sheet that they gave us, like this, okay? When I say I cut it in half, cut it this way, or you can cut it long ways. So this one went long ways for that. And this one I cut this way to make those cards. Now, the other pieces that I took, and I've got another video on YouTube you can find where I did a lot of these cards, this fancy fold. And there you have it. See the wider and the narrow piece? I'm bringing those back in. This is the wider piece. That's the narrower piece. And I just cut those down to fit this fancy fold card. And then with the stamp, I just stamped a couple of those little cups with the succulent plants in there. Layered it on some fresh fig onto the soft seafoam. and opens this way. So that's another alternative. Now, if you want to know the size for this card, to do this card, it is 4 1/4 by 11. And it is scored, and I have that right here. It is scored at 2 1/2 and then 7 3/4. That's all it takes to make that fancy fold. Now you're going to cut it, you know, obviously long ways, lengthwise on your cardstock. Okay, so again, it's 4 1/4 by 11, and then scored at 2 1/2 and 7 3/4. So that's another alternative I did with the set. This one, what I did was, because you did get vellum paper, and you can hardly see it, it's very subtle, but behind here I have the mint macaron, and I embossed that with our trellis embossing folder. So it's very, very faint that you can see this, but maybe you'll see it better on the still shots on my blog, Stampersdelight.com. And then I embossed the "You're the Reason I Smiled Today." Absolutely love that saying. I embossed the teacup, colored it with markers, and I didn't stamp anything in the inside of this yet because I'm not sure what I want to use it for. And of course, I used our new ribbon. It's nice and soft, and it ties very nice. So there's another alternative. The next one I'll bring in is, because you do get the vellum pieces with it, there you can see the trellis. I embossed that. I used a piece of Blackberry Bliss this time as the backing. And again, these are all the extras, okay? I stamped and used my blends for this piece. And then with some of the leftover or additional dies, I just layered it to put a Dear Friend card. Now, the Dear Friend comes from one of our host sets, very vintage. And inside it says, "Celebrating a special day with a special wish for a very special person." This also is from another stamp set I like to mix and match. That's from Wonderful Moments. And then, of course, I have the embellishments. Another card that I did, and using the same, basically the same kind of effect that this had, okay? But I didn't use the black background, okay? So I used this card base, and I layered that on some Blackberry Bliss. I cut this down a little bit so that I had a little bit of the Blackberry Bliss coming through, and I made an anniversary card. Okay. And then the last one, other than the simple stamping one that I'm going to show you, is this great little thank you card. Again, you'll see that I used this design. The photographic pictures are unbelievable. I layered that on some of the Blackberry Bliss, running it through the trellis, and I made a great little thank you card. And I can always play around with that bow, but I love this ribbon and the pink ribbon over there. I absolutely love. So there's some of my alternatives. Now let me show you a very easy, quick, simple stamped thank you card. And this didn't take any time at all for me to do, and I'm going to stamp that for you right now. Okay, so I've got a piece of the Balmy Breeze, Balmy Blue. Let me grab my bone folder. This one I'm going to do a little bit different, so you can see the difference in the cards. This one I'm going to do this. I'm going to do it this way. This will go right on the front. So I'm going to go ahead and just stamp this in Memento. Now I should have my mat here, and I don't, so pretend I do. I'm just going to stamp that right here. And I got a little black ink there, so I'm going to flip it around. That's why we have two sides in stamping. On our cardstock, we can flip it around. And see, everybody makes mistakes, but it's always fixable. I'm gonna bring in my Balmy Blue and my Granny Apple Green blends. I'm just gonna add some dark to the tips of the succulent plant there. Blends are probably my favorite to color with. And the Memento ink does not bleed with your alcohol marker, so I can just kind of go right over that. And the more you blend them with the light color, the more shading you'll get. I'm going to take the blue. Now this is the fine point because I want to go around that handle and I want to go down here, and I don't really want to go out of the lines, and maybe a little bit back here. And then I'll switch. And I'm going to shade it in here. Bring that down and around. And then I'm going to go ahead and bring the blue. Now remember, with your blend, you want to color with the side. You don't want to use your point. Just go back and forth and blend it till you get the shaded color that you want. Okay. Then I'm going to bring in the thank you that goes to that stamp set from the My Paper Pumpkin. The one thing I use a lot of are thank you cards and birthday cards, so we do use a lot of those. Let me make sure that's correct. Stamp it in blue. And then I'm going to go ahead and, now see, that bleeds through. The blends do bleed. Using my fast fuse because I have a lot of that left over. I absolutely love that. I'm going to go ahead and put that right here. I'm going to take the inside piece. For a thank you card. And then that's all you really need to do. However, I'm going to add a little bit more to it by adding a little Wink of Stella, because I do like to have my little Wink of Stella with a little shimmer to it. I'm going to squeeze that a little bit because this one's almost empty. I always have extras on hand. Okay, I think this is the last for that. I have to open a new one after this video. Okay, so I'm sure you can't see the shimmer, but there is some shimmer on that. There's a quick, easy thank you card using the My Paper Pumpkin February kit. Don't forget, if you sign up for the Paper Pumpkin before March 10th, they are celebrating their 6th birthday, and you will get a free stamp set with the My Paper Pumpkin. So contact me, Stampersdelight.com, for more information. Or go right on my website there and join the My Paper Pumpkin under me so that you can get your kit. So again, I'll bring them in real quick. There's my simple stamped cards. And again, I will have the still shots. Here's a couple more. So much you can do with the Paper Pumpkin, not only with what they give you, the extras. There are just so many. So I hope you enjoyed my video. Check some of my other videos out under Stampersdelight, all one word. And if you'd like to be notified when I do a new video, just hit the little bell. And I just found some more of these little doodads here. So let me just take those 2 simple cards that we did, simple stamping, and I'm going to go ahead, because I don't know where my tool is. My take your pick tool is on the table here somewhere. I'm just going to add some of these on here. Oh, there's my take your pick tool. Rather have that because I can pick them up a lot easier. Just place those, not on my finger. There we go. Just in a couple of places. There you go. Again, I hope you enjoyed my video. And if you are one of my Facebook followers, I will see you Friday morning at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you for watching. Bye. Happy stamping.